Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 2nd to May 8th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take with you whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get a deeper view into your week, be sure to check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and rising signs. So we're going to start off by looking at some oracle cards here. In this first column, we are looking at lessons you are learning. In this middle column, we are looking at what you don't see coming this week. And in this third column, we are looking at advice from your guides, guardians. So let's see here. I'm going to pull out some tarot cards for each of these, and we'll go through the meanings and clarify with our tarot cards. Okay. So far it looks like these are pretty decent cards. Positive. Okay. So what you have here, in terms of the lesson you're learning, you have friendship. Seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. You have the Temperance card, the Hermit, and Queen of Wands. So here with the Hermit, this is a card that indicates that maybe you've been taking some time away from, socializing and really kind of focusing on your inner knowledge, what it is that you've experienced in life so far. With this Temperance card, it is a sense of like peace. So you have been really enjoying this time alone, this time contemplating and really reflecting on perhaps your past, your opportunities right now, and what you want for your future. And here, this concept of friendship is popping up, and it could be that you've got this Queen of Wands energy that wants to come out, do some line dancing, perhaps go shopping for new kitty toys, something along those lines. So if you've been kind of pulling away, taking time to yourself, it's kind of you're learning the lesson of kind of coming out and being more social. And for some of you, it could be that you took that time away because of certain people that you were spending time with. Maybe it wasn't for your best and highest good, but the lesson there is also to socialize, but find your soul family. So people, certain people aren't energizing you, or aren't really kind of opposed to you obtaining your best and highest good, then find the people that you resonate with. So here, in terms of something unexpected, you don't usually see coming, you have the Seven of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords. This says the salamander infinity reinvention. This is the kind of reptile that is usually depicted on the court card family for the wands. And you can see that there's different stages of the salamander biting its own tail. On the King of Wands, on the cloak of the King of Wands, it's fully biting its own tail. And you can see varying degrees of that. And then down to the Page of Wands, it's kind of, maybe making an attempt to get towards its tail, but it's not a kind of definitive circle like the King of Wands. And that kind of indicates an Ouroboros, or a concept of infinity. And it also allows for a concept of a reinvention, like a rebirth. Once the King of Wands, reaches their goal, whatever vision they had set out, then they get to reinvent themselves and have like a new vision, a new way of pursuing their path. So here with the Eight of Pentacles, it indicates that you are doing some type of work and focus. The Seven of Wands, there is a sense of inner knowing, inner conviction. And with the Page of Swords, it is, a sense of curiosity. For some of you, it could be that you are perhaps considering a different line of work, or you could even be just, how you want to present yourself, how you want to dress, how you want to interact with people. So here in this column of advice from your guides and guardians, you have every step counts. There's an advantage in taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. So you have the King of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. King of Swords is definitely an energy of making sure you are contemplating the pros, the cons, taking a reasoned analysis, objective approach to any kind of situation. So here the King of Swords is, making decisions on their own time based on what they believe is for their best and highest good, and for also the good of everyone that they care about. Here with the Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying the benefits, or enjoying the rewards of the work that you've been doing. And with the Hierophant here, it's about a sense of, taking time to connect to a higher knowledge, to something greater than yourself. And also, recognize that you don't necessarily, life isn't a race, and it's a journey, and every step that you're taking along the way is important. So let's take a look at this Hermit over here, and this the lessons you've been learning, because that Hermit is definitely about the journey. You have the Four of Cups here. So for some of you, it could be that this withdrawal from others was because you really weren't feeling that you were, having the connections that you were expecting. With the Four of Cups, it also could be just time reflecting on yourself. You could also be just, meditating as well. So in terms of kind of the overall concept of the Four of Cups is just to be aware of your environment, because you never know when there's going to be new gifts, new opportunities to connect, and really enjoy something that is as unexpected, or if you opened your eyes and were more aware of what was around you, the small things, you can find gratitude and, appreciating the small things as well. But it also could be that you've just been spending a lot of time, internalizing things. So let's look at the Temperance card. You have the Six of Cups. So here it's almost, for some people, it could be that you've been helping out in a way, maybe spending time in your garden, perhaps spending time with your family, but not really in a way that is kind of, it's almost like a calming, I want to say like pruning the weeds, just kind of upkeep, but not really embracing and thriving in that. I mean, you could be thriving internally, but I guess in terms of like the like this Queen of Wands thriving energy. So let's take a look at that Queen of Wands there. You have the Death card there, which is about, loss, release, transformation to some degree. So it could be that, for some of you, you've been, this is, you're learning about transforming more into this Queen of Wands energy, because you've been really, not socializing to the extent that you could. For others, it could be that this Queen of Wands is someone that you really wanted to be like or have in your life to help make things a little bit more exciting in a way. But here, you're definitely learning the importance of connections to people. So with this, what you don't see coming, this reinvention, to some degree, it's this Seven of Wands, this inner conviction is similar to the Hermit in the sense of you kind of have an inner knowing and you're kind of sticking to it. So it could be that, maybe you've just withdrawn socially and you just focus on, your work, and you are really maybe not stuck to your routines, but really fine with it, not really seeing, the need to change. But the Page of Swords is kind of very curious, open to learning something new. So let's look at that. You have the Five of Wands, and this is a card of kind of conflict in not really having certain priorities or knowing, what should take place, like in terms of directions. Like everyone's on a different page here. So to some degree, this Page of Swords could be you in terms of you're trying to like sort out certain desires or priorities or, directions that you have that you want to go in, maybe as part of this time alone that you're trying to work out. For others, this could be you kind of learning information about disagreements or conflicts that have to do with maybe even the workplace. If you are trying to find a way to get people to communicate better or to identify certain goals. So let's look at the Seven of Wands here. You have the Nine of Swords, and that's kind of like a sense of fear, anxiety, worry about something that really is outside of your control. So to some degree, this, what you don't see coming. For some of you, it could be that you've been working up to this Seven of Wands inner conviction where you aren't going to let anything faze you, where something kind of comes in and you are able to really not spend your time, your energy, your fear, dealing with it. For others, it's a sense of you're going to have something come in where it's gonna like knock you off your foundation, and it's gonna start causing some disruption in how you think about your world. So let's look at the Eight of Pentacles here. You have the Knight of Cups. So here it's to some degree what is going to something unexpected that you don't see coming is probably going to be throwing you off your focus on whatever it is you've been working on, and it's going to start stirring some emotions in you. It's going to have you start perhaps wanting to pursue connections with people on a friendship level and on a romantic level. And it's going to it seems like it will take people out of their comfort zone or where they've been, because they'll start, wondering if there's something, that they believed that isn't right or isn't true, or it's going to be a lot of self-reflection in a way that wasn't really addressed over here. And with this Page of Swords here, it's almost as if to some degree it's making me wonder if you're going to try to figure out the best way to present yourself when this disruption comes along. How is it that you're going to make yourself look with this reinvention card? Are you going to focus on, making yourself really come out of your shell? Are you going to present yourself as someone who is a little bit closed off? Are you going to present yourself as someone who's more creative, imaginative? And here the advice that your guides and guardians are giving to you is that basically you don't have to rush. You don't have to have all the answers right now, and you can look at all your different options. So let's look at the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is not, stressing out, doesn't have this fear and anxiety. It's really this type of, conflict doesn't bother him. So let's see what we have here. You have the Six of Wands. So it does seem like, if there is a situation that comes up where you need to make a decision, just step into that King of Swords energy, take your time, be objective, and you'll be able to kind of come to a decision, consensus, where everyone, you know, this Five of Wands, this conflict, it's going to like balance out. People will be on the same page. You'll be the one that makes everyone see the light. So in terms of seeing the light, let's look at the Hierophant. You have the King of Cups here. So this connection with, you know, recognizing that there is something greater than you, like a higher knowledge here. This might seem like not the way to connect with people, but it is going to provide you a huge stepping stone in being confident in who you are, confident in your emotions. It's going to allow, you know, yourself to really wear your heart on your sleeve more than you're comfortable with doing right now. And it's going to really give you more options in terms of just, you know, connecting with people for whatever reason. It can be, you know, romance, friendship, business. So let's look at the Nine of Pentacles here. You have the World card. So here, in terms of it's almost as if you kind of recognizing what you've been through, recognizing who you are, even so far. I mean, you could, this isn't necessarily rewards of your hard work in the material sense of money or anything like that. This is basically recognizing, you know, what you've come to create in terms of your own self-worth. And with the World, it is kind of a completion and a rebirth at the same time. You know, you end one journey, you start a new journey, and you feel like accomplished. And here it's as if this, you know, reinvention, this opportunity doesn't need to be one of, you know, stress or anxiety, and it doesn't need to be rushed. It's something where you kind of just step into your confidence and your ability to use reason, to be emotionally stable and know what's for your best and highest good. So it seems that you will figure out where to put this Queen of Wands energy, but I think it could be that this Queen of Wands energy is more, you know, on this end of accepting who you are, as opposed to just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna put on clothes and, you know, go see a friend, and then all of a sudden everything's changed. It might take some time, but this Queen of Wands energy is calling out to you. So I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of the week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.